Good morning, everybody. This is Rita and Anthony from Wutong Center in Akron, Ohio. Back for our weekly exercise session. Just a reminder, if people are new to us, to this program, we are trying to do exercises to help seniors or people that may not be moving around a lot to start getting moving. So they're for the most part, they're pretty gentle exercises that most anybody can do. You can do a lot of them sitting in a chair if you have to, or leaning against the wall or a counter or anything else. So, and the moves are pretty much based on Chinese martial arts moves and active exercises. So they can be done as aggressively as you want to get them, or you can do them just for health and health benefits and wellness on a much softer basis. So that's where we're going to start today. And we usually start with some routine, a routine group of exercises. So we'll do those, and then we'll get into some other stuff in the later half of the program. So to start with, we're going to do a breathing exercise. So just put your feet comfortably together, and we're going to do some deep breathing. So bring your hands up, and go up on your toes, breathing in, then breathe out as you come down. Then reverse that, breathe in and out. Nice and slow. Breathe in, out, in, out, in, out, in, out. Once more. Breathe in, out, breathe in and out. Okay, next we're going to do some arm swings. So just stand about shoulder width apart, bend your knees, and swing your arms back and forth on both sides. Make sure you're turning at the waist when you do this. Okay, the second one is both arms across your chest. And don't try to place them across your chest like this, just let them kind of loose and fly. Okay, the next one is one over your shoulder and one on your chest. And the last one is one over your shoulder and one up your back. And this one you're also going to make sure you're turning at the waist. Okay, next we're going to do some arm circles. So we'll start on the right side, put your right foot out in front and bend your knee so that most of your weight is on your front foot and the back leg is straight. So, use the right hand first. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And now backwards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. All right, now switch to the left side. So left foot out in front, right foot back, bend your front knee, and use your left hand. So forward, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and backwards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. All right, that was one arm at a time. Next, we're going to do both arms at the same time, so it ends up being like a swimming motion. So just put your feet comfortably together, and we're just going to swing one arm after the other. Make a full circle with each one. And make sure you're turning at the waist while you do it. Okay, now go backwards. Okay, good. All right, now a little more complicated yet. We're going to do both hands at the same time, but they're both going to be in different directions. So again, stand comfortably with your feet together, both hands up in the air, go over your head. First, we're going to start with the right hand out, left hand back, both down, left hand front, and both up. Right, down, left, up. Right, down, left, up. 4, 5. Just try to smooth that out so you're not stopping at each place if you can. So your arms are literally making a circle, 2 circles in each direction. Okay, one more, and stop with your hands at the top again. All right, now we're going to reverse the direction. So left hand first, up front, both down, right hand in front, and up. Left, down, right, up. Left, down, right, up. Smooth it out. Okay, one more. And stop with your hands at the top again. Now put your arms down to both sides. Relax your shoulders. Let your elbows drop. Relax your wrists. And take some deep breaths. Now turn your palms up and move your arms up just a little bit. Now, starting with your little finger, curl your fingers in to make a fist. Up on your toes with your hands over your head. Then let everything come down. And relax. Okay, good. All right, so now let's go to our legs a little bit. We'll do a 7-star stretch first. So you're going to put one foot out to this kind of to the side, to an angle. Put your toes pointing up to the ceiling. The other leg should be bent a little bit. Opposite hand goes over your knee, and then the same hand goes over your face. Now we're going to pretend we're touching our elbow to our toes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, now try the other side. And you can, if you want to hold on to a chair, if you need to hang on to something, you can do that here too. Just don't put your hand over here. So toes up, and we're gonna go down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay. Then the last foot exercise, give yourself a little wider stance, and we're just going to be going back and forth like this. So try to keep your back straight if you can, but don't bend way over. So the one side, the other. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, good. That's our usual routine exercises that we do each week. So now we'll get into some other ones that we kind of mix and match. Okay, first let's do another stretching exercise with our arms. So just stand comfortably. Put your hands one in front of the other in front of you. And we're going to take one down and one up. So press into the ceiling and the floor. And now switch arms. Go meet in the middle. Then the other one goes up. And the other one down. The other side. And down. And try to look up at the hand that's up at the ceiling. You can. So you'll have to turn just a little bit. Okay, good. See, then we did another one that's kind of similar. Let's put our one foot out at an angle again with your toes up if you can. If you can't do this one with your foot up, certainly put your toes down, but try to get some stretch there if you can. Make a fist with the other. Your right hand will be on your waist, your abdomen, and you're going to go down and touch your toes that are up in the air. And you're going to bring that hand straight up and arch back and down. And up and down. This one, if you have to hold on, you can do that as well. You can still arch back and forward. Okay, now try the other foot. So left foot out, toes up, and down, and move this way. If you keep this back leg, your knee bent, when you do that, it'll be a little bit easier. I can't keep my balance today. Okay, one more. Okay. Okay, we have done some exercises that really come out of our Tai Chi forms. So let's start with those next. So just stand with your feet about shoulder width apart and bend your knees a little bit. And we're just gonna float our arms like they're floating on top of water in front of you and turn from side to side. You'll notice that I'm not turning my arms, it's my body that's turning, that's moving my arms from side to side. And then if you're going to the left, raise your left arm up a little bit, and then your right arm. Next, instead of just coming up like at a slope like this, as you take one arm up and the other down, we're gonna like pass our hands in front of each other when we're at the side. So now if you look closely, we're really making two circles, one with each hand. This is a move in Tai Chi that we call waving hands like clouds. It's nice and slow. You can even take deep breathing, breathe in and out. In and out. In and out. Okay, and now we can make our hands move the opposite direction. So instead of moving our hands out like this, we're going to be moving them in towards our center. So kind of do that same type of motion, only our circles are moving in the opposite directions now. And this move we call cat washes face. So you can imagine your furry friend wiping his whiskers with his paws. You can make this very small here right in front of you, or you can make the full circle up to the side. And you can do your deep breathing with it. In and out. Okay. Now let's do some more leg exercises. We've done some of these before, but you might need a chair or some kind of support with those. But the first one we're going to do foot circles. So raise up one foot, and we're going to just turn circles with our foot in one direction. And then the other direction. Okay, then switch to the other foot. Maybe up, one direction. And the other. Try not to put your foot down before you change directions. Try to keep it up the whole time, but you may have to work up to that if you're not used to holding your knee up that long. The next one, let's just move ourselves a little bit more, and I like to get behind the chair and hold on to this one. And we're just gonna move our one foot back behind the other like this, and the other side. And again, if you can only go to here, that's fine. If you can go as far as Anthony goes, that's great. But you probably have to work up to something like that. I'm trying to push it out a little bit. You're turning at the waist, you're keeping the front of your chest is still facing forward. Okay, good. Then we got into what are really our basic kicks. We just haven't been doing them as a real kick, but we're still going through the same motions. So let's go back to one leg. If you have to support yourself, do so. Pull one leg up at the knee, and then we're going to put our foot straight out in front with our toes pointed up to the ceiling, back, and then down. Up, out, back, down. Okay, now try the other foot. Bring it up, out in front, back, and down. Up, out, back, down. Up, out, back, down. We call this a heel kick because when you point your toes up to the ceiling, it's like you're hitting with the bottom of your foot and down. One more. And then there's a second kick we do. I'm not sure if we did this one in class or not, but it's very similar. Instead of putting our foot straight out in front of us, we're going to open our leg up to a 45-degree angle and go straight out that way. Only this time, instead of pointing your toes up, point them toward the wall and down. Up, out, back, down. Up, out, back, down. And if you can't straighten out your knee, that's fine. If you can only go out a little bit, that's okay. Again, you can build up to higher levels. And try the other leg. So out at an angle, out, back, down. Up, out, back, down. This is called a toe kick. So it's because you would be kicking with your toes, the top of your foot. So that's why your foot is angled out. Okay, good. Then we did one more thing with our Tai Chi that gets a little more complicated with some of the stances that we've done and some of the other exercises. So we're first going to turn ourselves to the 45-degree angle here to the front. And then step out to the other 45-degree angle. Keep your toes up. Then we're going to shift forward to that bow and arrow stance with your foot straight out, or your foot down and your knee bent. Now on your toes to this corner, we're going to move to the other corner. Toes up, shift down. On your toes. Turn this direction, toes up, foot down. Toes. Toes up, down. This is really how we, this is really a normal walk, you know, heel to toe, but we're just exaggerating it because we're going very slow. So we're trying to break down every single move in a typical walk where you're going heel to toe like this. We're doing it very slowly, and instead of going straight forward, we're going from corner to corner. So we're going like this. All right, so let's try it once more. Turn to the right, point to the left corner, foot down, toes up, foot down, toes up, foot down. This is a move that we use throughout the Tai Chi forms. So it's a very slow, exaggerated movement. And once you start getting real slow, you can kind of start exaggerating it so that you're slowly bringing you're slowly moving your feet from one position to the other. Okay, we're almost out of time now, so why don't we just end with our ending breathing exercise, which we call Eat the Sun. So we'll just stand with our feet apart, about shoulder width apart. Palms up, we're going to raise our arms up to your shoulder height. Turn them over and then just sink down, arms and knees both. Put your hands at your waist. Up your chest, so your chin straight out ahead to both sides, over your head, and then arms go down and knees come up. Okay, so breathe in, breathe out, in, out, in, and out. Breathe in, out, in, out, in, and out. Breathe in, out, in, out, in, and out. Okay, one more time, nice and slow. Breathe in, out, in, out, in, and out. Okay. All right, that's it for today. Glad you could join us and hope you come back next week. And thank you very much.